What up, YouTube? Mandy Hops. How you doing? All right. I'm still hot as shit because it's like 104 degrees, even though it's 9:23. But I got to speak on this. So I was privy to some real street shit tonight. And you guys know I run with the street kids. I finally got to hang out with my little homeless boyfriend Danny tonight, have a couple beers with him. And let me tell you something about these guys. I've been out here for going on 5 years. These guys have been homeless for 6+ years. My first Las Vegas boyfriend was homeless for 26 years. They're still pretty fly. Like, how you live on the streets and do the dirt they do and look as good as they do, I don't know. I don't know. And so little Danny comes up, and up until tonight, he was a pretty good looking kid, but he got involved with the fentanyl. And let me just start off prefacing by I do not approve of what my street friends or any of my boyfriends do. I do not condone it, but I do not control them. So he went into a tunnel, but he's not a tunnel guy. I dated a guy from the tunnel for 11 months. That's almost as long as Boston. Me and Boston dated a year. And I guess we all broke up every other day about the same, but different reasons, different things. That being said, he went into the tunnel and they told him to kick rocks. Now, the only thing I can explain to you, and I only have 7 minutes on my phone because I might as well be a tunnel person. They have 5 phones, so they have got time. But anyway, you don't go into somebody else's tunnel. Like, I had no business being in the tunnel. I really had no business being a tunnel guy, but my business is no business. I just, as my neighbor told me today, I should go to church and meet a guy, and I just make bad decisions because he used to live my life. And shout out if you're watching. But anyway, and thank you. That's a whole nother story. But anyway, I looked at him and I'm like, when he got up close, because it was dark, he's like, I had a bad day today. I was like, what? And he went in the tunnel and he was looking for a guy and they told him to kick rocks. But the dude's in there, it wasn't even his tunnel. And so he's like, oh yeah, you got, he's like, fucking step up, sick your dog on me, right? And they did. And the dog sicked him. And it was they always have like some kind of pit bull mix or whatever. And I never knew this. They always say, like, if a shark attacks you, back to the sharks again, punch it in the nose, jam it in the eye. I mean, if you can, right? But he said he stuck his fingers so far down in this dog's ear that it hurt the dog real bad. And you know what? Out of this whole thing, you know what he was beat up about? Not himself. He was beat up about hurting the dog. He felt bad. And there was 3 dudes, and they hit him with a wrench, and his lip was split from here to here. And funny how I just mentioned Lucky in my last video, and the last 2 guys I saw hanging out together were Danny and Lucky. They're 2 of my favorite straight kids. They really are my favorite. But they got their own issues. We all got issues. So, yeah, allegedly Lucky broke into the nail salon last night, and then Danny went into the tunnel, and then he said 3 of my teeth are dead. And I said, dead? What does that mean? And he's like, they're dead. Like, you can't feel them. But, I mean, his lip was wrapped up and his arm was wrapped up because, like, I guess the dog bit him and, like, blood was shooting out. And he has hepatitis C, of course. Probably so does everybody in the tunnel. But anyway, yeah. So he was so mad. And, like, this is one thing you guys don't know about. Like, I have an obsession with Slab City. I haven't been there yet. Like, because I be green there too, but it's like the last lawless city. It's like right between like Vegas and like LA and shit. But if they don't like you, they'll burn you out. And they burn everything in the tunnel. But like, he mentioned he might allegedly literally just pour gasoline in the tunnel and light it on fire and like set everybody on fire and allegedly take a life again. This is how the tunnel works. They do real snuff films down there. Like, if you don't know what a snuff film is, F around and find out. And, like, honestly, I've never had to be like, cuckoo, and call on my street friends. But if the shit went down, like, those are the first people I pick up. Like you know how tough you have to be to, like, run in the streets and, like, And you know how cool you gotta be with them to not be like effing with, like fucking them, literally, or selling them drugs or buying drugs from them, and be like on a one-on-one basis with them. You gotta be tight as shit. I'm tight as shit with the kids in the street. Like, all my friends are dead. They are my friends now. And he got pretty messed up, dude. Like, I felt really bad for him, dude. And like, but it was good to see him. And I don't know how these guys keep it together. It's something else out here. But as my neighbor also told me, I need to start making better decisions and I need to meet a guy in church. It's probably true. I said, well, I work on Sundays. He said they have church on Wednesdays too. I love them. All right. Thank you guys. Have a good night. And, oh, and by the way, my little homeless boyfriend, Danny, which you guys have heard about for years, I like him, I think, because him and Trash have beef, and well, me and Trash have beef now, and nobody knows what happened to Trash. He could be dead for all I know, or in prison. But that's what attracted me to Danny in the first place, just the beef thing. But I've been talking about him forever, but he's one of the ones that don't want to be filmed. He's one of the only ones I don't film, actually. Like, he's the only guy you haven't saw such a man. And I wasn't going to ask him after he just got attacked by a big old dog and hit with the wrench in the face to make a video for my YouTube channel. But, welcome to Vegas. Love you guys. Deuces.